Alright, good evening, everyone. We're going to need some relaxing music for this one, so let me get that going, and then we can talk about Expensify. So, I don't know if you've heard, the CEO basically sent out an email to 10 million of their customers. Expensify is a expense report web provider. They're a web vendor. And they have some automated expense report things. They've been around for about 12 years. They have 10 million customers, or 10 million people on their mailing list, so they're doing something right. But the CEO sent out an email to 10 million of their customers saying, I'm imploring you to vote for Joe Biden. So let's just go over this email real quick. Anything less than a vote for Biden is a vote against democracy. Sorry, leftist elitist. We don't live in a democracy. We live in a representative republic. So we had a couple of Q&As in here. Why do you care so much? And we're a flat organization. It's just the strength of our nation is the democracy. We're not a democracy. We are a republic. What gives you the right to tell me what to do? The First Amendment, but I'm on your customer list. I don't give a shit what you tell me to vote for. But you're running a company. Shouldn't you remain neutral? This is a good one. Expensify depends on a functional society and economy. Not many expense reports are filed during a civil war. So he thinks if Trump wins, there's going to be a civil war. Like maybe North and South style. Maybe it'll be East and West Coast versus flyover country. Maybe that's going to be the Civil War, and everyone's going to be deployed in the field with their rifles and boots and stuff, digging foxholes. Don't you think you're exaggerating a bit? Yeah, I think you are a little bit. See, the country's going to be around in 4 years, no matter what happens. You're bloviating. You are a know-nothing ivory tower. Oh, I mean, I don't think you're planning on fighting in the Civil War. So, some voter suppression, blah, blah, blah. Voter suppression questions. I'm not interested in seeing this. If Trump... why send me this when the polls say Biden's going to win? The polls said Trump was going to lose last time, but didn't. So even if the polls can be trusted, that might not be enough. Okay. Trump has also stated repeatedly that he will only honor an election that he personally feels is fair. That's true. So much depending on personal judgment is worrying because he has rejected the overwhelming expert consensus. Again, expert consensus is not fact. Okay. There was expert consensus in the 1400s that the sun revolved around the earth. So people got put to death for that. So voter fraud has been negligible historically. He also says he believes he would be impossible to lose a fair election. Well, we'll see. And this guy thinks that there's going to be some sort of power struggle on the peaceful transition of power. So I think if Trump loses legitimately, he will transfer power to Joe Biden, but I'm not seeing that happening. And he's Trump refusing to leave the White House, plunging this country into a constitutional crisis bordering on civil war. These people, I swear to God, this reminds me of the year 2000, Bush versus Gore. We're in the same place there. I think it's way worse because of social media. So first off, you're pretty much likely to piss off half the people that read it. Most of this shit probably goes to spam. So, but the one thing he did accomplish is he's in the news cycle. Okay, his company's being talked about. I don't know who said it, but it's better to be talked about than not to be talked about. So, if that's what he was doing, it's a polarizing email, that's for sure. But he's in the news cycle, so people are talking about him, even though I think he's personally a dumbass. And if I was running a company, I would be looking at Concur or some other option, because this is just, I think it's a silly, stupid move where you think that you're mired in your own self-importance here, and you think that, if only people would just listen to me, because I'm smarter than everybody. So there is a cogent response to this email by Daniel Rothschild. Don't know who he is. He's an educator, so most likely he is a lib. Is it George Mason, which I think is on the East Coast? So, this guy, again, I'm not going to look into him. I don't really care, but he wrote this letter, and this letter is actually a good response, I think. So, Dear David, I'm writing about the unsolicited email. No one asked for this, that you sent to many of my colleagues, and I gather millions of more users. Oh, I'm sorry, not just customers. It's all the users of the app. Wow, that just hit me. All the users of their apps. Jesus. Let me start by saying I have no objection to you having strong feelings. These strong feelings are shared by partisans of all stripes, supporters of President Trump, Vice President Biden, cast this election in apocalyptic terms. It's true. No doubt. The result, no doubt, of strongly held feelings. My feelings are not as strong as yours, but I do have strong feelings about another matter. Trust. That's a very good point, for a variety of reasons. America is becoming a low-trust society. I've always had trust issues, but relationships are being broken down on partisan lines, and institutions that are critical to a free and open society are being undermined in many cases by their own actions that destroy trust, like yours. Oh, Doug, getting ahead of myself. Your email contributes to this breakdown of social trust. We selected Expensify as a vendor based on trust. After all, you have financial information for us organizationally, as well as the personal information of hundreds of my colleagues. You have all our email addresses. We trusted you with our private information, and you have violated that trust. That's a hard thing to get back, I might add. I also had he's also concerned about the politicization of everything. A healthy society cannot exist if tribalism invades every aspect of the community. Team Red and Team Blue have become lifestyle determinants, and I kind of disagree with that on the red side, but I could be wrong. I don't see it. Most people that I know on Team Red are just normal, everyday people working their life, just trying to get left alone for the most part, not the rabid Trump guys. What happened to my relaxing music? Is it over? What, did I play the wrong one? I think I played the wrong one. Anyway, let's get it back up here. Until last night, I saw Expensify as a pioneering company that made my life a lot easier. Now I see it as a Team Blue company. This guy's clearly not on Team Red. So, I may be more blunt. We're tired of being told this by people who have built an app or look good on camera. You have no special insight on public policy or politics, and the fact you think we need to have your opinion placed in our inboxes is vain and narcissistic. Well said. So let's take a look at some reactions to this, shall we? Amanda Kirk, editor, writer. You're deliberately ignoring the fact that these aren't normal times. This is a life and death election for this country. It's not red versus blue. It's death versus life, not hyperbole. You don't know what hyperbole means, my dear. These are LARPers again. The LARPers are everywhere. Carnivore Kid, calm down. Okay, again, this is another person that seems to think that we're about to start shooting at each other. That's well written, David, but very wrong. We've had a democracy for well over 200 years. No, it's a representative republic. We are on the verge of ending if we elect the wrong person, and I believe I know who the wrong person is in Ygritte's world. Everyone should have a voice in that. Every election is the most important. Our republic is, this is a voice of reason, Jeff. Thank you, Jeff. Every election is the most important election. Our republic is no more in danger than it was 4 years ago and 4 years before that. This is a typical scare tactic. Let's see if there's any more good replies there. No, it's not, man. Riots are everywhere. Ah, there's no riots where I live. Ooh, a BLM guy. Let's see. Nerd. Probably a male feminist. You're collaborating with Nazis because you're uncomfortable with the truth. Congratulations. I don't think there's many Nazis running around these days. There, but unless this person suffers from one of the mass paranoid delusion where they think just some guy walking down the street is a Nazi because he doesn't look like he looks like someone who would vote right wing. This one is actually, I like this comment. There is something super ironic as an immigrant woman of color to get a letter from a wealthy white male CEO instructing me how to vote. I'm sure the Expensify CEO understands all the challenges I face as someone with a disability. A woman of color and an immigrant. Yeah, that's true. I mean, someone got deleted. And then so you could just delete it and move on. Well, I didn't ask for this, okay? This is a sane take. It's fine to be super political on one's personal channel, but to co-opt a business relationship for political reasons crosses a line. Daniel's point is valid regardless of his level of political involvement, as long as he abides by the same principle. So yeah, I mean that's he could lose a lot of customers. I mean, we'll see. I mean, there could be a wave of, hey, well, he also dropped this on a Friday too, so it's got a couple days to kind of work itself out. But the whole trust violation, but because like if I'm using, let's just pull something out of my ass here. If I'm using, let's say, Workday, okay, and I'm just a normal user of Workday, and I get an email, and I'm not a coder on Workday. I'm not the implementer on Workday. I'm not involved in any Workday projects. I just update my career profile in Workday. And I get an email from the Workday CEO telling me how to vote. That's just, it's unfathomable. But, what do I know? I'm just a lowly IT peon. So that's all I had today. We can talk some more a bit later. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye.